You know, one of the things I've learned in my time as a fisherman, I learned that fly fishermen spend an awful lot of time tying flies. Cat fishermen spend an awful lot of time getting bait. And I just think as a bluegill fisherman, the same could be held true. I think there's some wisdom in that. But see, I don't want to spend all my time catching bait. I'd rather give me a bait that I can grow, and then I just grab what I need and head to the river. If you're just now watching any of my black soldier fly videos, check the playlist. It's in there. I should have it somewhere popping up or something. Every year they come back every year about this time, you know, and they're already out and about. I know they are, just because the temperature is right. The first thing you want to do with black soldier fly bait for bluegill is you got to get some kind of compost going, right? You know, and they eat mostly nitrogen-rich compost. That's why I go with the soured wheat, and that's start with a 50-pound bag. That's usually enough for a year, really. What you saw me doing, that should be the tens of thousands of black soldier flies. You know, if you want to learn more about black soldier flies, just go to Wikipedia. They're a harmless fly. They're not a pest. In fact, they will outcompete house flies in your compost. The skin on them is way harder than even a European nightcrawler. And one of the great things about European nightcrawlers is how tough their skin is. I had a spare 55-gallon drum. I just chopped it down, as you saw. We put some straw in to help drain. Black soldier flies need a nitrogen-rich environment. They're gonna eat fresh green stuff. You know, if you know much about composting, you know there's the green matter and then there's brown matter. Brown matter are like old leaves. Black soldier flies are better at processing the green, the nitrogen-rich stuff. Your worms are better at processing the brown stuff. Have essentially two separate compost piles. We're just composting, essentially. We're pre-rotting the soured wheat and then feeding that to the black soldier flies, and then we take all the black soldier fly poop and feed it to the worms. The European night crawlers, I'm raising them outside, so the difficulty is how they're going to deal with the hot. Wintertime, it's easy. I just drag that big white plastic thing with the dome on it out into the direct sunlight. It'll keep them hot, warm during the winter. But anyway, this series, we're going to be doing a lot more videos on bluegills. A lot of us grew up fishing for bluegill. I did. That's how I learned how to fish. Black community, you know, that's what we fish for. Few of us who like to bass fish, like my brother loves bass fishing. Where I come from, you fish for anything that bites the hook because you're fishing for food. You're fishing for, at the very least, a supplemental source of income, an alternative source of food, so that no matter what happens, you always have something to eat. You talk to a lot of black people, and it's like, I don't want to eat catfish. It's like unclean, you know? It's like a lot of people interested in bluegill fishing, so that's what this playlist is for. So you can catch bluegill with artificials, you can catch them with live bait. I use both. I mean, why does it have to be one or the other? Why are you fishing? If you're fishing for sport, well, of course, artificials is really the only way to go. If you're fishing for food, it's pretty obvious that live bait is the way to go. I use both because they both offer something that the other doesn't. You can make the fly look like anything you want. Bait gives it's real food, real protein, real amino acids, real blood, real bodily fluids that leach out into the water and that triggers the fish to bite. One is an attractor, the other one is actually a feed. Look, man, it's expensive to go buy all your bait. Now, a quick word of warning for black soldier flies, it does stink. You know, you're souring wheat, whereas when you're raising worms, it doesn't. It just smells like dirt, you know. If you have a nice wooded lot like across the street from your house, hey, get you a 5-gallon bucket and put it over there and sour you some wheat and keep it over there. All right, they have to have a tree canopy. They can't be just out here in the bold sun. It's got to be in a canopy, and they like the shade anyways. Raise you some worms to get you through the winter and early spring or late autumn when the black soldier flies shut down, and you'll just have year-round bait.